welcome back to the Xfinity Sports Report. I'm your host, Lisa Bossman, and I'm joined right now by Lehi girls basketball team. So thanks for coming, you guys. Okay. This is Coach Aubrey Van Pelt, right? And this is your first year at Lehi, right?
Right.
So tell me a little bit about that. Where'd you come from?
So I was at Spanish Fork High School. I helped out there for 3 or 4 years, and then I got involved in the training scene with USA Basketball and a few others, and have just helped on that side of things, and just barely started this year with the Lehi program. So.
Do you like being back in the high school scene?
Yeah, there's elements of high school that are so fun that you just can't create in any club scene, in any youth scene. There's a family environment that you can create that you can't create anywhere else. So it's a lot of fun to be back in the high school group.
Great. And this is Brianna. You're a senior this year. Tell me a little bit about the years past building up to your senior year.
So my sophomore, junior year, we weren't very successful at winning. We only won 1 game in region my junior year, and our sophomore year we didn't win any in region. I think we struggled to score a lot. We got blown out a lot of times when we played teams. And then we just were struggling to come together and mesh and score and win games.
What do you think was your biggest challenge? Like what was making you guys not mesh or not score? Because I mean, I know you're out practicing every day. What wasn't clicking, do you think?
I feel like sometimes the offense that we were running, we didn't understand how to. We were kind of like robots, and when our defense stopped what we were supposed to do, we're like, what do we do, kind of thing. So we weren't as developed as players. We didn't have specific coaching skills that other coaches would teach us maybe. So we didn't understand that when the play doesn't go exactly how it's supposed to go, you can still score other ways.
That's great. And you think new coach this year might help with that a little bit?
Oh, she's already helped definitely a lot.
That's great.
We're not robots anymore.
Good. So Aubrey, coming into this year,
Yeah.
I mean, you're meeting all these new girls. Tell me about them. You have how many seniors, how many returning starters?
Yeah, we have 4 seniors. As far as returning starters, 2 that got some playing time at the varsity level. So that's the team dynamic pretty much.
Okay. And you've brought in a couple players here today.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about some of these guys.
Sure. Bri here, she explained herself. She's like a stretch 4, power forward. We've really been trying to work with her on facing the basket and being able to execute and break down someone in that way. And then Brooklyn Heaton is another one. She got some guard time at like the 2-3 position last year, and we've really kind of been trying to help her get her confidence up with her shooting, with her attacking, with her transition. And then McKenna Fano, she is another senior. She is amazing on defense. She is a beast of a player defensively and just has some natural quickness and natural athleticism that helps us tremendously in a lot of ways that don't show up, on the stat sheet. And then Lehi Mills is another one that we kept. Lehi is one that we kept solely to help us with energy. She has, I think, one of the most important roles on our team. She stands on the sidelines and makes sure that the people on the sideline cheer. They do some crazy cheers. If you ever come to one of our games, we do some really fun stuff on the bench, and she is the one in charge of that, and she is doing an amazing job filling that role for us.
That's great. What would you say compared to, I know you weren't here the previous years, but that you've already noticed from when you first stepped in as coach, what are some strengths that you're starting to see with these girls?
I'm starting to see them trust each other, and I'm starting to see them trust their choices, which I think is a big breakthrough for them. And I'm starting to see them figure some things out and be little coaches themselves on the floor. And a lot of times they have the answers. They know what the answer is and they know what to do. They just need to kind of remind each other and communicate each other through it. The other thing I noticed, it's funny, the other day, one of the teachers, I believe she's the drill coach, she came up to me in the hallway and she said, I don't know what you're doing, but when I walk by that gym, there's noise. Like there's energy that I've never seen before. And it kind of pulled me back a little bit, like, wow, I didn't know that people were noticing that. And she said, it's special. Like, honestly, it's special. Like, there's kids that walk by and they just want to listen and they just want to watch and see what's going on. And so that's really comforting to me as a coach to know that the atmosphere is changing, because I think the atmosphere plays a huge piece in, the basketball season is a long season.
Yes.
And if you every day can bring an atmosphere that gets better and better and kids look forward to coming every single day, I think that's a team that gets better as the season goes on, instead of it just kind of drags and drags and drags out. So.
Yeah, well, Brianna, do you agree with that? Definitely your team's starting to pick up the pace a little bit and a lot more excited in practice and things like that?
Oh yeah, like last year we didn't have any energy, like practices were slow, it was quiet. We weren't, like in practices we didn't have that energy, we didn't have that as much fun together, I would say. And so this year it's definitely gotten better. We have so much more energy, it's so much funner, and it's all thanks to this great coach that we have.
Great, I'm excited for you guys. So I've looked at a couple of your games and noticed on the stats, you guys are doing well in all quarters except one. First quarter is a little slow. What do you think that you guys are going to start working on just to pick up that first quarter?
So I think it's starting stronger. Like even in practices, sometimes at the beginning we kind of start slow. So I think in our warm-up before our game, we need to start with more intensity, more energy, and then we can kind of make that our first quarter and make sure that it's stronger and that we are playing with more energy, so that when the actual first quarter does come, then we can make it consistent with the other 4 quarters.
And I think with a new coach and the new energy, I think it'll come here pretty soon. Hopefully right before region starts. That would be awesome.
Hopefully tomorrow.
Hopefully tomorrow. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me. We're going to take a quick break here, but when we come back, we have more of the Lehi girls basketball, and that's up next on XSR. Welcome back to the Xfinity Sports Report. I'm your host, Lisa Bossman, and I'm joined right now with some more Lehi girls basketball players. So thanks for joining me, girls.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. I am going to start with Lehi. You're a senior, correct? How do you and your teammates prepare for the beginning of a basketball season?
So we start out with like workouts in the summer with just like open gyms and going to some tournaments throughout like the state, and just like then we have our conditioning class that we work through and start at the beginning of the school year conditioning and getting ready like physically as well as like with our skills.
Okay, and McKenna, what have you done to prepare for the season?
At the beginning of the season, our coach had specific like weightlifting programs for us that we did. So that really helped me individually as a player, and then just getting shots up just by yourself I think is really important just to get that repetition done.
Okay. Anything else, Brooklyn, that we're missing to get ready for the season?
Yeah, just getting in the gym individually and with your teammates, and just getting in extra workouts that you can do on your own.
Okay. Do you have a lot of new players this year?
We have a lot of incoming sophomores that were on the team last year. But.
Okay, cool. Talk to me a little bit about your guys' Cottonwood game. I know you guys beat them. How did that go?
So in that game, it was our first home game of the season, and so it just brought kind of a new level of energy, and we just had a lot of supporters come and watch us, and we just felt like there's a certain type of atmosphere that was there, and it was just so much energy, and everyone was just so intense, and the game, it was a good game, and we just all worked really hard together, and we just really wanted that win as our first home game of the season.
That's good. So keeping that win in the back of your mind will hopefully push you guys and get you ready for the actual season.
Definitely.
Because it's going to be a long season.
Yeah.
So McKenna, what would you say coming into this year would be one of yours or your team's biggest strengths?
One of our biggest strengths is we have a lot of height on our team, so we really like using our posts and stuff. And then another one of our strengths is that we're really good at, we call them huddles, and it's keeping each other mentally strong during the game. If we mess up or there's a foul or something, we come together, we talk about it, and it really helps us on the court to build each other up and stay in the game.
Okay. And Lehi, do you have any specific strengths or weaknesses that you feel like your team has this year?
I feel like we really have come together, like we've bonded and we communicate a lot better than we have in years past, and I think that's really good. I think a little bit of our weaknesses is we get down on ourselves a little bit, and so if we continue doing huddles and we continue building each other up, then we can get past that and get our heads back in the game.
Okay. Brooklyn, what are your thoughts on strengths, weaknesses?
Yeah, so I feel like in the past years it's kind of been different with the energy. Like I feel like we've had a lot of trouble with getting together as a team and like being on the same mentally ready level kind of. And this year it's just different. Everyone, you just can tell like there's a different type of feeling between the teammates, and we just all want to support each other and we all want to make each other the best that we can be. And so it's just different than it has been in the past years, and it's definitely shown in our games as well as practices.
Good. So speaking of just things changing this year, do you guys have a specific team goal that's maybe different than past years?
We have a motto that we say with our
Okay.
team. We say we hustle, and it's just setting a tone for each of us on the court and just saying that we will out hustle the other team in rebounds, steals, defense, offense, and everything, and it just kind of gets us motivated.
Okay. Do you have any personal goals that you're working on this year as a senior?
So this year we have a goal, and before the season started, we tried to get 1,000 shots up. And now before season starts, we want to get 2,000 shots up, and then by the end of season, we want to get 3,000 shots up, just to get the extra reps in, and so we can be physically ready for games.
And then for McKenna, do you have any personal goals that you're trying to achieve this season?
This season, like it's our last season because we're a senior and stuff, so this year I really want to put it out on the court and have no regrets because this is going to be the last time playing for Lehi High School. So I really want to leave it out there and have a good time with all my friends.
Great. Do you have any other team goals that you want to add on to Brooklyn?
Right now we're really working on defensive rebounds because that's something we can control, being aggressive, and you got to really want it. So right now we're really working on that, and by the end of the season I think we'll be way better at it.
And then Lehi, what about you?
I think kind of just the same thing, just making sure I'm putting my whole heart and like whole hustle into every game, every minute, every cheer, and all the energy and everything like that, yeah.
And your coach had mentioned that you're the one that gets everybody going. So I'm going to ask you, what type of team bonding do you guys do on and off the court to just make sure that you guys are united?
Well, we definitely make sure we try to hold each other up to a certain standard of energy and hustle and communication. And I think our huddles while we're in the game work a lot, and then we have like team dinners and different activities outside of practice where we're just having fun together and getting that bond even stronger, I guess, yeah.
Okay. Do either of you have any other team bonding things that you enjoy to do during the season?
In the past couple of years, we've done a gift exchange just around Christmas, and it's just fun to get the whole team together and just get each other gifts, and we just have a good night.
Cool. Do you have any other?
Yeah, just in the winter we sometimes go sledding together. It's just kind of like laughing and just getting to know each other better.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming on this show. It was great to see you, and I'm sure we'll be seeing quite a few of your games this year. We're actually going to head to a boys basketball game right now, so let's take you out to the undefeated Woods Cross Wildcats.